Hello, hello. My name is Linda, also known as Tortajala around the internet, and I love creative journaling and all things stationery. So today I want to share a casual flip through of my Midori Hibino January pages so that I can check in and share how it's going. I have it in this old planner cover from Success, and I cut out the rings very violently, so it's a bit messy, but I like having a cover so I can keep a marker with this journal all the time. Now, in the beginning of the year, I had already shared a video showing the first few pages as I was getting into this Midori Hibino. It's new to me, so I was still figuring out how to use it. Now, the monthlies, I have no idea what to use them for, so let me know if you have suggestions. They're all blank now. But I had started out in the daily pages with a lot of journaling and also some doodling. I did try to stamp, like it was all experimentation. The Midori Hibino is A6 size, but it's 2 pages per day. So the effective size is really just like one A5 page if you turn the orientation. So it's really not a huge amount of space to fill up, but the grid is really small. So it could fit like a lot of writing if you're using it for that purpose. I think in the beginning of using this journal, I was really pressuring myself a lot. But now that I have a month under my belt and time has passed, and I think I'm just more relaxed about this journal in general, which makes it less pressure, more enjoyable, and easy to keep up with. So I use fountain pens to write in this journal as well as to doodle. And probably the most natural for me is also using a black Pentel sign pen for doodles. I had already decided early on that I was not going to chunk up this journal. So it's already like a really thick notebook. So it's just writing, doodling with, pens and markers and no other kind of deco. Progressively, I have like let myself just be more free and open to doing anything and everything in these pages. Like there doesn't have to be a structure, it doesn't have to be, the same layout or anything like that. And you can see that sometimes I'm just writing out thoughts, and other times I'm adding in doodles. I'm definitely using my fountain pen some days, but I'm also using like the marker some days. And the doodling, it oftentimes is like repeat doodles. Like it's almost like just mark making because I might be drawing patterns or borders. Sometimes I see something on Instagram and I'm just copying it. Sometimes I repeat something that like I doodled before. I just want to keep up the practice of filling the pages, moving the hands, doing something. So I realized that I really, really, really need to let go and not care about like the final product. And of course, it's like a weird feeling because, of course, you want to create something that you think is pleasing, or it's not so much that it's an amazing drawing or anything, but for some reason, like for you personally, you're like, oh, I like it, like I'm proud of what I did or satisfied with it. So like there's this weird going back and forth of like, let yourself do whatever, but at the same time, like doing something that you want to do that is satisfying. I don't know if that makes sense. But at some point, I also did decide to do this online drawing course by ekyo.me on Instagram. I have his course, so the pages are filled with doodles, like following the videos of that online course. So every day, if I felt like it, I would just like go through some of the video like units and follow his tutorials on how to doodle like cute things. So everything you see that has like the face on it is from his course because he always adds like the cute little kawaii face. And so I did do that for a fair amount of days when I was mostly doing this at my desk. And so I had the computer there and it was just easy to like do a couple units. But I also experimented with taking this downstairs and doing it like in different times of the day. So there's also definitely just random doodles, things from Instagram, like floral stuff. It's just like practice, and I know that it's not necessarily very like unique or amazing or like any kind of polish, illustration or whatever. But I am proud of myself for keeping up and just doing this almost daily. I say almost because there has been a day or two where like the day literally passed and I didn't get to this, but I would catch up the next day. So I have never been like super behind or anything in this first month. Um, but it did get me to thinking about the summertime when my kids will be on vacation and we're going to be traveling. So I don't know if I'm just going to have like long periods that are blank that I have to fill in after. I don't know if I want to bring this. I'm not really sure yet, so I'll have to figure that out. But you can see, like, my pages, they're really simple. Like, sometimes it's, a doodle that I had in my mind, but a lot of times it's like repeat stuff. Like, I just draw the same thing over and over again. And I guess that's why I say doodle. Um, and I think you also might be able to tell that I like scalloped edges because it's my automatic, like if I don't know what to draw, whatever, I'll just do some scalloped edge stuff. Um, borders, circles, flowers, just like my easy go-to thing. Um, but yeah, I'm quite happy that I'm keeping up with the creative habit and doodling almost daily, which is something that I want to do. Um, and, it's always almost daily because, there are bound to be days that things are going to happen in life. You might be sick, there might be a major life event, but like the idea is to make it a pretty consistent art practice. Honestly, in the past, I've always been very like tumultuous in my creative practice. Um, some people tend to think it's okay, but like I would have very intense periods of creating a lot of stuff and not thinking about much else. And then there would be like long periods of time of like barren desert drought time. So I sort of don't want that dynamic. I would rather have this sort of calm, almost daily kind of creative practice. And I think it's just more like tranquil, calm, enjoyable. And like most things in life, if you want it to become a part of your lifestyle, like it should have that like almost daily frequency, right? To make sense. Let me know if you can relate, but I feel like we always know or want things or want to do things in life. We all know that creativity, whatever way you practice it, it's good for you, right? But knowing it doesn't make it like easy to just incorporate it into your lifestyle. It's like eating healthy, right? Like we all know we should, and the things that are involved with it, but it's just not easy to incorporate it into your lifestyle and make it just like part of it without too much like effort to keep it up because it's part of your lifestyle. So even though I feel like I've been creative and merry like in different ways these past years for so many years, I'm still not at that like lifestyle level. So maybe it's like a constant journaling. We're always growing, learning, changing. But yeah, this little Midori Hibino, it is a pretty big investment because it's not a cheap journal. But I think of it as investing in this like fundamental creativity thing that I want to make part of my life. So it is very important to me. So I'm happy I can use my fountain pens in this. I test out pens and ink combinations because the Tomoe River paper Sanzin, it can definitely take the fountain pens. The only time I have issues if obviously you're like globbing on, giant ink swatches, but there will be bleed through if you like scrub the page, like if you're coloring in an area with ink or going over the same spot. Or line multiple times, then the paper can't take it and it would probably bleed a little to the other side. Otherwise, if you're just doing normal, writing or line drawing, like one pass, it just has normal ghosting for this type of thin paper, and it works perfectly fine. So maybe it depends on like what type of art you use and what media you use. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these January pages. I'm definitely very happy to be able to share a flip through, and I want to continue to do this monthly to keep myself accountable. Um, Even though I'm already worried about the summer when our schedule is going to be changed, but I will have to figure something out for that. But thank you so much for watching and supporting me here. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more stationery videos, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions or feedback. I would love to hear from you. I read every comment and respond. And I wish you a very lovely day. Until next time, bye.